January the 29th. Can you believe it? Lou Holtz, the former head coach of Notre Dame and, of course, South Carolina, many other great places, and announcer. He said this, and I love this. It's one of my favorite quotes. If you've ever heard me before, you may have heard me even say this. The man who complains about the way the ball bounces is likely the one who dropped it. The circumstances that you complain about are typically the circumstances you created for yourself, through your own thoughts, through your feelings, through your actions. They're typically circumstances that you can change with some new thoughts, some new feelings, some new actions. If you really wanted to, well, you could get a better job. If you really wanted to, you could eat healthier food, or you could eat less of it. If you really wanted to, you could go back to school. You could live in a better house. If you really wanted to, you could be a better dad or a better husband or a better wife. Well, the problem is most people, I guess they just don't want to. Most people who buy a book, they never read it. They just put it on the shelf. Speaking of books, I hope you'll go to my website and start your year off with some good books that will help you, like my ebook on responsibility, which we're talking about. Don't just buy a book and put it on your shelf. Buy a book and read the book. Maybe you need another shot. I encourage you, grab a copy. It's a game plan for winning in life. But if you do read it, you gotta put some action with it. A lot of times we read it, we put it away, and we do little to implement what it said. And what we learn from it. So it is in our nature as human beings to allow the tyranny of the urgent to distract us from what's really important. So that we want to make changes, but we never really get around to making the changes because we're constantly trying to keep up with what's happening today. The law of physics teaches us that an object in motion tends to stay in motion, while an object at rest tends to stay at rest. To change the direction of your life, you have to really want to change your life. You have to want to stop complaining and start acting. You have to stop blaming and start pushing your life forward. You have to take responsibility and actually make some incremental changes in your life. Then one change will lead to another, and one result will lead to and inspire another, and growth will begin to occur. So think differently about yourself today. Feel different about your future. Get my ebook on responsibility. It's available on my website. You can see the link right there. Read it, and then do something. Do something to change the course of your life. Do something to change the direction that you're walking in. Be responsible, because only you are responsible for the outcome of your life. You are the CEO of you. You Incorporated. What are you going to do today to make tomorrow different? Because if you want tomorrow to be different than today, you've got to learn something today in order to make tomorrow different. And that's what you're doing every day when you join me right here on The Daily. So like, subscribe, and make sure you're following us. Go to our YouTube channel. You can see all the dailies. If you've missed any, they're all right there available for you. So catch up. Come on, let's take responsibility and make this a great year.